There were the one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Even the ones that died.
HIPAA policy is grave, so we can't say how many wounds they had or anything.
Or can you describe generally how substantial
There were,
the wounds were, or how substantial the wounds were, or how substantial the injuries were?
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Substantial the injuries were.
Devastating.
Devastating because they died. So one was multiple.
Okay, let me get it ready for you. Just.
For a horrible, tragic event, it went as smoothly as it could possibly have gone.
I'll re-emphasize that point too. These things can be difficult. They are difficult, but this event here was very well managed, and it takes a lot of preparation for that to happen from a hospital standpoint, for administration who supports the terminal program here, down to all different layers of physicians and here, down to all different layers of physicians and nursing staff, OR staff, X-ray staff, the whole hospital.
Doctor? 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 Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
And doctor. Well.
How long have you guys been doing your jobs for?
20 years for me.
Like 35 plus. 35 plus.
May I help you, Dr.
Oh, it's me, Dr. Rosenpenis. I'm just here to check out Stanwick's file. Dr. Rosenrose, and I'm here to...
Can you describe generally how substantial
There were,
the wounds were, or how substantial the injuries were, or how substantial the injuries were?
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Describe generally how substantial
There
the
were,
wounds were, or how substantial the injuries were?
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Thanks. You know, if I did some sit-ups in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100% better. Moon River. Whew. Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time? Breathe.
We have an on-duty policeman, and so kind of a heads up that there was an active shooter. And so the first 30 minutes was almost all preparation. It took a while to stabilize the scene, to get the patients transported. And so we had at least 30 minutes of lead time before we received that first patient. So we had at least 30 minutes of lead time before we received that first patient.
They're all serious injuries in the sense that, I mean, they're gunshot wounds, which are never minor. Okay, so as I said, two have been taken to the operating room to get injuries repaired. One is probably so as I said, two have been taken to the operating room to get injuries repaired. One is probably more fortunate, and hopefully that patient will have a full recovery. That's not clear.
Just for clarification, all the people that came to the hospital, they were all transported by ambulance? No one came in on their own at all?
All the gunshot wound victims came by ambulance. That's correct. All the gunshot wound victims came by ambulance. That's correct.
They are all still in the ICU?
Two were deceased. 3 are still admitted here. 1 is admitted to another hospital.
Earlier that they are monitoring the situation closely and are anticipating receiving some of those victims. Now we are outside of where the helicopter would land, so they could bring some of those victims to the trauma center.
Can you describe generally how substantial the wounds were, or how substantial the injuries were, or how substantial the injuries were?
Devastating.
Devastating because they died. Devastating because they died. Devastating because they died. Lots of doctors there, so each doctor got a patient. We assessed the patients and found out the severity of the illness and the injuries. Did they need to go to the intensive care? Did they need to go to the operating room immediately? Fortunately, they're all stable enough that we could get all the x-rays we needed. No one had to be rushed to the operating room. And we were able to fully assess them.
And we know that when we spoke to the director of trauma today, he said one of those victims had to be rushed into surgery last night. Victims had to be rushed into surgery last night. Victims had to be rushed into surgery last night, and that they may have to eventually go back into surgery sometime this week.
All the patients went to intensive care after they were seen here.
And I'm Dr. Janelle Thomas. I was on duty in the emergency department last night along with another attending physician. My role in the situation was to prepare for the emergent response and to receive the patients as they arrived. So we mobilized the trauma services, we called for on-call backup, we prepared to receive an unknown number of victims because we were made aware of this when it was still an active shooter situation. And I would like to acknowledge the teamwork of the staff, the medical staff, the nursing personnel. We had excellent preparation from first responders on scene, letting us know what was coming in and keeping us up to date on the situation.
Can you describe generally how substantial the injuries were, or how substantial the injuries were?
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
Devastating.
Devastating because they died.
When did the term doctor get treated with such reverence as, oh, right this way, Dr. Smith, or, excuse me, Dr. Scholes, what wonderful foot pads, or, pardon me, Dr. Patterson, but your flatulence has no odor.
I seen all the signs, I seen all the signs. They've been telling lies, they've been telling lies. Watching how I move, watching how I move. I've been keeping track now, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes, yeah, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes, yeah, watch out for the... I seen all the signs, I seen all the signs. They've been telling lies, they've been telling lies. Watching how I move, watching how I move. I've been keeping track now, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes, yeah, watch out